not knowing the ramifications at the time, a life sentence. So from it's 33 years later, here I sit, and I'm on parole, and there's a warrant out for me right now, so I'll be going to jail again, and that'll be another 5 years.
What's going on, y'all? It's community teacher. I'm here with Mr. Wilmer Banfield. I'm here with Mr. Peter Campbell. It's the first episode of Respect Your Elders. This is a podcast, an oral history podcast where we bring the knowledge of the elders and we bring just the wisdom of our elders to the people. So today we're going to talk about Mr. Banfield and his life. He is a man who suffered from laws from the 90s and the 80s that targeted our black men and targeted our communities and broke up so many homes. And we're just going to talk about his life, his experiences, and the things that we can learn from him, the things that America can learn from him. And we're going to find ways for us as a community to come together and support him. So first of all, Mr. Banfield, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything that you've done for us as a community, everything that you have sacrificed for us to be here today. So I just want to first get into how did you grow up? Like, who are your people? Where did you come from? Like, what was your childhood like?
I'm a native of McIntosh County, and I attended McIntosh County schools, the school system there. In fact, I grew up not far from here, right down the street. It's it's rural, it's pleasant, it's a nice place to grow up. I got out of high school in 1982, and I joined the U.S. military, the Army, and I stayed there, and I ETS from the Army in 1985, and I joined the National Guard. When I returned home, my town was saturated with crack cocaine. All my friends, all my cousins, everybody. So it was new to me because I came home, I didn't know anything about this drug, well, I fell in with my friends and my cousins, and before you know it, I was addicted, and that leads me to where I am now. About 1989, I met this girl who wanted to purchase crack cocaine, and I told her I'm not going to do that. And she was U.S. Army CID. I didn't know that at the time. Anyway, they gave me $100. I lived in Liberty County, and I traveled from Liberty County to McIntosh County, and I purchased the crack, and I took it back to her, and that was count one. Okay, that was 1989. Approximately 6 years later, 1994, I was standing at the church, our community church right here in our community, and a teenager came up and he was like, "Hey, will you take this to the car for me?" I took it to the car. That was count two. That gave me a life sentence. No other sentence.
How much crack was that?
Oh, it was like a dime rock or 20 rock or something. It's way less than a gram of cocaine. It's just a little tiny
piece
bit of cocaine. Yeah, I took it there, but I did it, and done countless 5 years, 10 years off the rip. I've been in and out ever since. The smallest thing will send me to prison. The last time I went to prison, they said disturbing the peace. The police he didn't know what to charge me with because I didn't do anything. Argument with my sister is common. So he said, I said, "What are you charging me with?" He said, "I'm charging you with disturbing the peace." I said, "Disturbing the peace?" He said, "Yeah, I told you to be quiet 3 times. Well, we're all talking, but you don't charge anybody else but me." So that cost me 5 years. They threw the charge out because they knew it was, it wasn't.
And they still made you do the 5 years.
Still did 5 years. I got out February 12th of last year, and so I've been out approximately a year and maybe 14 days, and I'm headed right back.
Yeah, so
I've committed no crime, no felonies, no nothing. I've done nothing but, violations. They say, a violation can be simple as drinking a beer. They'll send you to prison. Yeah. So that's where I am now.
to what extent do you think your sentencing has changed the trajectory of not only your life but the lives of your family and your community?
Whoa, this thing has devastated my family. My mom died while I was in prison. My dad died while I was in prison. Yeah, it's still a job.
Yeah, we here for you, but
Yeah, I'm good.
I want to ask, what are the things that you have learned that have made you better through this experience?
Well, it taught me that, Georgia penal system is nothing to play with. Listen, I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Yeah, I'm 62 years old. I ain't got much more. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this, man.
But yeah, we here for you, though.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah.
So, what would be your message to a young man who's maybe 17, 18, 19 years old, who's at risk of falling into these things?
Stay in school and get an education and leave the drugs alone. Because it will ruin you eventually. Eventually, you will be ruined.
Yeah, so throughout this period, what type of support can we offer you?
Well, just the support here, just getting my story out. There was quite a few people from right in this community who there was I don't want to name names, but they're dead now. But David, Doug, they all
had life sentences.
Yeah, they all had life sentences.
Yeah.
But they're passed on now. So
yeah, we're gonna leave a link in the bio for y'all to donate, for y'all to send him some money, and just to really be there to support us and to make sure that this story doesn't go unheard. My next question is just, if you had a message to the parole board, if you had a message to lawmakers, to people who have our lives in a grip, to a sense, through these laws, what would be your message?
My message would be that everyone in this community knows me. I'm an air conditioning tech. I keep people heat on. Yeah, I do a lot for people.
Yeah.
People who can't afford to hire a company, I go in and I'll make the units run. Many people, they all know me. There's a captain from the police force. She knows me well. And she counts on me. I keep her kids warm. That's what I do.
Yeah. We appreciate you for that.
This is kind of emotional for me, man.
No, I understand.
Back.
I understand for sure. And I would just like to go into some of the happier moments, whether that's from this last year, whether that's from your family, even before your sentencing. Like, what are some of those highlights of your life that you would like people to know about?
Well, I lived here, but I've got a family in the Washington, D.C. area. So I've got a daughter named Janelle. She's in college. She's doing really well. And I'm proud of that. And my wife works for the State Department, the United States State Department. She's been there over 40 years. These people are still in my corner. They know what I've been through. They know the real me. They only see what's on paper, just as a bad guy. But I'm really, just a softie. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't rob people. I don't steal. None of that. Never have.
Yeah. Mr. Campbell, you got any questions you want to ask?
I'm thinking. Trying to get it together.
But the thing is, this I think the word is draconian.
Mm-hmm.
It's a life sentence for 2 sales of cocaine, crack cocaine. Okay. So approximately 30 days after I was sentenced to this, it's a mandatory minimum is what it's called. My plea bargain was a life sentence. Okay, so that's all I could get was a life sentence. 30 days later, well, maybe 2 months later, they changed the law to read 10 to 40 or life. So you got people now with my same crime who goes into the penal system, and on that 10 years, they might do 2 years, might do 3 years,
and they're released,
and they're out. But I'm still doing this 33 years later. I'm still doing this. So something's not right in this picture. Something's not right.
I do have a question. Do you think your life would have been differently?
Oh, sure.
If they sentenced you say hypothetically for 10 years and you did 10 years and was released?
Yeah, sure.
Completely?
Because once I got out of prison the first time, I went back to school. You know, I tried to do right. But, you know, parole is always over my head. You know, you got to report there every month, and they come to your house, and they do this. They want to search you. One parole officer came in and pulled a gun on me to search my room. He found a bag of pills.
In your mom's house?
In my mom's house. And I'm talking about my mom's there, my sister's there, a house loaded of people. He pulled a gun. I'm like, you pulled a gun in here? He was like, well, you saying you don't want to be searched. I said, you can search whatever you want. And he found a bag of pills in my room. This man was going to shoot me about a bag of pills. And when he got to the car and looked them up on the phone, they were aspirins. And he just ducked his head and left.
You said parole has made you lose jobs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've lost jobs, yeah.
Did you just recently lose a job behind the parole board?
Yeah, well, that wasn't exactly, indirectly, yeah. Parole, yeah, because what they were saying was I was homeless in Savannah because I have no family, you know. So you know, and it was like the parole board will not allow you to be homeless, and they just hassled me. So finally, it's this lady, Amy Terry. She was a good lady. She helped me. I didn't want to lose that job. You know, I make good money when I work. Doesn't matter. You know, parole is parole. So, got to do what and, you know, urine tests every week or every month and this, that. Good God almighty, you know. Yeah. And my last urine test, I think they found alcohol. That's a violation. Drink alcohol. Alcohol. A beer. Yeah. So, that's where I am now, you know, so.
Yeah, is there anything else that you would like for people who are interested in supporting you, interested in sharing your story? Is there anything else that you would like them to know?
Well, anybody who has a kid at risk, just do whatever you can to help him. Because once he hits the system, the gloves are off. It's over. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Do you have any violent crimes?
No, I've never had a violent crime. Never had theft. Never had none of that. Nothing like that. Just the sale of cocaine. And that was, the old guy gave it to me and asked me to take it to the car, and I took it to the car. That's what I did. And he gave me a life sentence. So now, they give me stipulations that I can't follow. Like, they want me to come to Claxton 4 times a week. I have no car. I just got out of prison. I got no car. I got no job. I feed these animals. That's what I do. That's how I pay my rent. That's it.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you sharing your story. We appreciate you allowing yourself to be vulnerable and to get your story out there. Like I said, we're here for you. We're going to make sure that you get the support that you need, and make sure that you don't do that 5 years. To make sure that this Thanksgiving and this Christmas, you'll be right here in McIntosh with your family and enjoying your life. Like, that's the goal from this video, not just to get you money to get you through that time, but to get you out and to allow you to enjoy your days on this earth and not have to be in a cage how they want us.
Yeah. I'm 62, and another 5 years, that'll put me at 67. It's pretty hard.
You was a pretty young man when this started.
Yeah, I was 29 years old when this started. I'm almost 63 years old now.
Yeah. But thank you, sir.
And I want to thank you too.
Yeah. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
And we're gonna, if you're watching this, make sure you click the link in the bio. You'll find everything you need to support our cause. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, man.